Please stand for the pledges and moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Please remain standing for the moment of silence.
Thank you, and please be seated for our announcements.
Hey guys, my name is Angelina and I'm sophomore president. And I'm Paris and I'm vice president. And we're sophomore Stuco!
Join Stuco, you know, the ones who make events that you go by. Meetings at 2, 4, 5. Enchiladas, sour cream on the side if you go. And that's sophomores only. Homecoming parade, October 20. Be there, be square, you can help build the flow. Sophomores, don't forget enchiladas if you go.
We have a varsity football game today at 7:30 against Nimitz at the back. Go Buffs!
On September 11th, I was in college at Tarrant County College, and I remember being in my car and driving. I don't remember if I was going to class or home from class, but I remember hearing it on the radio, and my immediate feeling was, I need to go home. I need to go home and be with my family.
This happened when I graduated high school in 2001 from here at Haltom. It was a very transformative time in my life. Graduating high school is already this major transition in your life, and then to kind of add to that this major event in American history and world history really had a profound, huge impact.
So September the 11th, 2001, specifically about that day, I was a little younger than I am now, obviously, and the first news reports that came in had indicated that there was a plane crash into some of the Twin Towers in New York, and this name Al-Qaeda kept being thrown around. But because my school experience at that point had only prepared me for a philosophical understanding of the world, in other words, only what was in books, I had no real experience to really base any decisions on at all. Suddenly was created another category of true and real. I had known that there was evil in the world. I had read about it. I had been through school, and I did a lot of research in the area, so I knew that bad things had happened in the past, but I had no direct experience with anything in my own life.
It was such a scary thing. You think being an American and living in America, you're safe all the time, and it was kind of a terrifying feeling to feel as though I wasn't necessarily safe in my own country.
I became more kind of self-aware of kind of where we were as a country, kind of what was going on. I had never really cared too much about foreign policy and politics and kind of what role we played as a country in this world. But after that, I really got involved. I started doing some more reading. I very much enjoyed discussing it with other people and just kind of learning as much information as I could about it, kind of what our role was in it, why it happened, what we can do to prevent something like this from happening again. And ultimately, I tell my students every year, that was the reason why I started teaching.
I was now faced with the realization that evil does exist, and there is an element of evil in our world that is aggressively coming after me and my country. And that was very difficult for me to understand that I had a real enemy, people that I had never met, countries that I had never been to. Suddenly, on the news, they were telling me that they were coming after me and my family, and this just radically changed everything about the world as we know it. So the generation of high school students that are currently at Haltom High School, this is the world you grew up in. You don't know anything else. So the reality that you have has been created for you. I knew a reality before the September 11th events. I knew what the world was like before those things ever happened, and I've seen the shift.
But I think it's very important that we recognize this day every year, and we take some time just to kind of think back at the families that lost loved ones, and what it actually did for our country. So.